Okay, so we are going to do this last example real quick. Um, this is going to be a super quick one because all you got to do is use this formula. And this formula is what you're going to do if you're looking for a sample size. How big does your sample need to be? And the clue that's what your question is, it says, how many students must the college admission director include in a sample? Okay, so they're asking you, how big is your sample? There's your formula. All of these values will be given in your problem. You don't have to calculate any of them. Well, maybe you might consider that being calculated. Your critical value. If it's a number that you can get off of this table, then you just go over here and get this critical value off the table, 1.645. So we got it off the table. If you don't have it on the table for a 90% confidence interval, then you just do 1 minus C, 1 minus 90 divided by 2, and then you look that number up. Okay, so that will, you look that area up. This will be the area. And then you look that area up to get this critical value. You keep reading. You need two things. You need a margin of error and you need the population standard deviation. This right here is a continuation from this problem right here. A college admission director wishes to estimate. So we're using the standard deviation from this problem. Standard deviation for the population was given as 1.5. So we're using that from that problem up there, from 1.5. And then it says to have a sample mean that is within 1.2 years. So that within right there, that's the key word for the margin of error. So it's saying, okay, I want it to be 1.2 years is going to be as wrong as I'm willing to be. So that's the margin of error. You put all of that in parentheses and then you square it. Okay, so just go to a calculator. Any old calculator will work. I'm going to do 1.645 times 1.5. I'm going to get an answer. Then I'm going to divide that answer by 1.2. I'm going to get an answer. And then I'm going to square that answer. Okay. And it gave me 4.22. So it says 4.22. It says right here, if n is not a whole number, and we did not get a whole number, 4.22. If n is not a whole number, then round up. It's saying ignore the rounding rule, round up to the next whole number. So we're going to round up to 5. To get your answers. So you need 5 students, at least 5 students in your sample. Okay. So that's how you calculate a sample size. Now remember, this formula right here, this formula is going to be given on the test. So let's see. You go to, here it is. There's your formula sheet. You have it. It's part of your text. I got this right off of in the textbook. Here's the menu. It's the key formulas right there. It's like the second page of the key formulas. I have it blown up right here so that you can see. There it says right there. It's in the chapter 6 formulas. There's your confidence interval stuff. This will be what we do in 6.2. And then this right here, the minimum sample size. You're going to have 2 different formulas, minimal sample size here, and you're also going to have a different minimum sample size. We'll do that when we get to 6.3. Okay, that's when we're dealing with a proportion. So for the mean, you just use the formula, and that's all there is to it. So I'm going to stop this video, and then the last one that I'm going to make is things that you can do on your calculator.